Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I am going to use a couple props. I've got a cushion or a pillow, a strap of some kind if you have. If you have nothing at all to use today, that is completely fine as well. Just find a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down. You can have your strap close to you if you've got one. And if you've got a pillow or a block of some kind that you want to lay on, grab that or just lay flat on your back. You have the option to make a diamond shape with your legs if you want to get into your hips a little bit. And just make sure that your head and your shoulders are resting on something, whether that is your mat or your pillow. Resting your arms out at your sides, flip your palms to face up. Maybe give the fingers and the toes a little wiggle. Close your eyes and take a nice big inhale and a bigger exhale. And again, nice big breath in and out. One more big deep inhale. And let it go. Nice, you guys. Let's just find some stillness for a few moments. Make any last adjustments that you need. Relaxing through the jaw, the shoulders, and the hips. Just feeling your tummy, maybe the chest lifting up as you inhale. And falling back down as you exhale. Allowing yourself to settle in and leave everything else behind. If there are any thoughts on your mind, maybe you can set them off to the side. And just give all of your focus into the next breath that you take. Nice job, you guys. We're going to stay here a little bit longer laying down, but the option to move the legs if you'd want to, or you can stay exactly as you are. But if you want to follow with me, just slowly bring your knees together so that your feet are planted on the floor. And you can stay laying on top of your cushion or your block if it feels okay on the low back. But you're just going to walk your feet a little closer towards your hips and then start to heel toe your feet out. So your knees can stay together. Just heel toe the feet out wide until the knees want to pull apart from one another. And maybe you can turn your toes a little bit inward so the heels are kind of pointing out. And maybe the inner thighs and the knees are kind of pushing into each other just slightly. And if this does not feel good on the hips, you don't have to do it. There's something different to try. If you want a little more, you might heel toe the feet out a little wider. Awesome, you guys. Let's all just stay as we are for 3 more full cycles of breath. Checking in once again if there are any thoughts on the mind. Can you just set them to the side for a moment? Can you soften your shoulders a little more? And really focus on that next breath that you take in and out. Awesome, you guys. If your feet are out wide, you can start to heel toe them back in. And if your feet are not planted on the floor right now, start to move them there. Our knees will be bent, our feet will be planted. And as comfy as you may be laying on top of your pillow or your block, we are going to lift up and take that prop or item out from underneath of us and then lay down on our backs again. And you can also find your strap on that journey as you lay down on your back. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer towards the hips if your heels want to lift so that your low back connects to your mat. You might even want to add a rock side to side. Give it a nice massage. And then we'll be lifting our right leg up into the air. If you don't have a strap to use today, that's completely fine. You can just hang on to the back of your quad as best you can. Pulling your toes towards your forehead, flexing that foot. You can start to feel that stretch through the back of your leg. You don't even have to hold on to your leg maybe. But if you do have a strap to use, just place it right under the toes on the ball of your foot. Sending your heel up nice and high to the sky, relaxing through the shoulders and the upper body. And just feeling that nice hamstring and calf stretch, maybe the ankle, maybe the bottom of the foot. And a few options here. You can send your left leg out long. And if you want to stick with the leg going straight up into the air, you can also just stay here. If you want to add a little bit of a twist to this, or big twist, you can start to let your foot fall over to the left side. So you don't have to go crazy far. You can keep your right hip down and just let the foot fall maybe towards that left shoulder, in line with that left shoulder. Or if you want to actually twist, you might let the foot fall even more and start to lift the right hip up, maybe stacking it on top of the left hip, but just keeping that right shoulder down. Your foot might hover or it might rest on the floor. If you've got a block or a pillow, you could even slide it under your foot. We won't be here too long. So if you are going for that twist, just keep encouraging the toes up towards the top of the mat. Maybe breathe just a little bit deeper. Awesome, you guys. And then we're going to use a big inhale to lift the leg all the way back up. Reset, just send your heel up high to the sky. Get that nice hamstring and calf stretch. And then slowly start to let it go. Take your strap, if you've got one, off of your foot. Place it to the side. Walk both of your feet back in, bending the knees. Maybe a little rock side to side for that low back. And then let's cross the right foot over top of the left quad. You could keep your left foot down or you can lift it up, but hang on to the back of that left leg if you'd like to hug the legs towards the chest. Feeling this through that right glute, that leg, that hip. Flexing that right foot. If there's any discomfort through that knee or if it just feels really good to do so. If that left ankle is free, that foot, add a couple ankle circles. Do a couple circles in both directions. Nice job, you guys. Let's stay for one more breath in. And then as you exhale, release and uncross the legs, feet to the floor. You can find your strap again. And start to lift the left leg up into the air. Again, if you don't have a strap, just hang onto your leg wherever you're able. Flex your foot all on your own, sending that heel nice and high to the sky. Find that lovely stretch to the back of the leg. If you want a little extra, straighten the right leg. And if you want that twist or just that outer left leg stretch by letting the foot fall across the body to the right, you can start to go there. And let the foot fall as far as you want to while always encouraging the toes towards the top of the mat. Trust me, guys. So you can either keep the left hip down or you can let it lift. And just find your breath. And then we'll use a nice big inhale to bring the leg back up through center. Just reset. Find that nice stretch again. And then nice and slow. Let's let that go. Bend the knee. Plant the foot. Plant the other foot. If you need to shake it out a little, go for a little rock side to side with the knees. And you can start to cross the left foot over top of the right leg whenever you're ready. Maybe lifting the right foot up into the air. Figure four or recline pigeon. That right foot is lifted. You could add a couple ankle circles. Soften the shoulders. Nice job, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And let the exhale bring the legs down, uncross them, feet to the floor. Maybe another rock side to side if you'd like. We're going to be coming all the way over onto our hands and knees. You can roll to the side. You can rock forwards. Whatever works best. Finding your tabletop position. So bringing your knees about hip width apart. We're going to reach just the right arm out in front for a half puppy dog. So your left hand will stay at your side for support. Your right arm's going to reach out in front, find some length through that right arm, and then just start to drop your chest down to the floor. The left hand can hold you up, can stop you from going too far, or you completely relax into this, but you might want to rest your right cheek instead of your forehead. Keep your hips nice and high. Really soften through that right shoulder and arm. And take one last breath here before you start to move. And use a big inhale, push into that left hand, and slowly lift your chest up. You can walk your right hand back in. You might even sit on your heels for a moment if you want to take a little shoulder roll. But we're just going to switch sides. So the left arm can reach out. So the arm's fairly straight, the biceps kind of beside your head, but let the right arm and hand take some of your weight to stop you from going too far. This is a pretty deep shoulder stretch. Rest your cheek, rest your forehead, whatever works best. Nice job, you guys. Let's use an inhale to slowly lift all the way back up. You can pause in your tabletop. You can sit on your heels. Maybe take a shoulder roll. If you do have a strap to use, just move it to the top of your mat. We're going to be bringing our right foot forwards and set up a lunge. So if you'd like, you can roll your mat over for a little extra cushion on that back knee, but sinking the hips forwards and down, try to find that left hip flexor. Soften your shoulders here, soften the hips. Once you've found that left hip flexor, hopefully it's not too hard to find, you can heel toe your foot over to the right side of your mat. Turn your toes out a little bit. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Let the hips get heavy. The stretch might move more into the right side than the left, but if you're lucky, you're going to feel both still. And then just an option to add a twist or a quad stretch here. You might want your strap, you might not want your strap, but you're going to turn your chest towards the right. If you want to twist, you could just stay here, or you can actually try to reach back for your foot. Maybe you can grab your foot with your hand, you don't need your strap, or maybe you want to hook your strap around your foot and encourage your heel towards your glute. Really awesome quad stretch, awesome hip flexor stretch, but it's pretty intense. So only do it if it feels good for you. Awesome work, you guys. If you have your foot lifted, slowly bring it back down. Just place your strap to the side. We're going to heel toe our foot back to the middle of the mat. Maybe send the hips forward and down one more time. Get that left hip flexor, and then you can push your way back and set up your tabletop again. Give those hips a little rock side to side. Notice how both of your hips feel so far. Feel it a little bit more through my left side because of that quad stretch, but you might feel a little bit more on your right side. When you are feeling good though, start to bring the left foot forwards. Set up our lunge on the other side. Roll your mat over. Make sure that back knee is comfy. Sending the hips forwards and down. Soften through the shoulders. Nice, you guys. Once you find that hip flexor, the right side this time, start to heel toe your foot to that left side. Set up your lizard. Turn your toes out a little bit. And then if you wanted that twist, start to turn your chest to the left. This might be as far as you go. Maybe you're able to reach back for your foot with your strap or without. And just soften, let the hips be heavy. Let them try to get a little closer to your mat. Awesome work, you guys. If you do have your foot lifted, slowly bring it back down. Bring your hands to your mat. Slowly heel toe the foot back to the middle. Maybe sneak in a little extra hip flexor stretch, sinking those hips forwards and down. Awesome, you guys. When you feel good, push into your hands and send that left knee back. Set up your tabletop again. Maybe give those hips a little rock side to side. We're going to start to bring our knees out wide to keep your big toes together. Send your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. But before you get too comfy, you can either keep both of your arms reaching out in front, or you can slide your right arm underneath your chest. Maybe add a little shoulder stretch into this. You can either rest your forehead or, again, maybe the right cheek. Nice, you guys. If you have both of your arms reaching above your head, you can just stay there. If you have your right arm under your chest, use an inhale to lift. Reach that right arm out and then slide the left arm under. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale to lift up. Take your left arm out from under you. Maybe push into your palms a little bit more. Send your hips back towards your heels. When you feel good, use an inhale. Lift your forehead. Lift your chest. We're gonna find a nice comfy seat. You could sit on your block or your cushion if you've got something, or not. But just place your hands on your knees or in your lap and take an inhale to lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, let your chin fall down towards your collarbone. With the inhale, slowly roll your head over towards the right side. And with the exhale, let the chin fall back down. Inhale, roll your head to the left. And exhale, let the chin fall back down. One more inhale, roll your head to the right. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale to the left. And an exhale, bring it back. Awesome, you guys. With an inhale, slowly start to lift your head back up. If you want to take a shoulder roll, lift the shoulders. Roll them back and down. And you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, namaste.